Clippers, and we always hope you enjoy every bounce. Jalen and Brent Haskell and the Miami Heat NBA adventure. John, to underscore a meaningful game for both clubs would be an understatement. The Heat want to get back on a winning track, and the Clippers, having dropped 13 of 15, open a 5-game road trip. They feel like this is a must-win. That's John Collins, the 3 of the game. Same starting group for the Heat. It's Bam. Kabam!
Great execution in transition.
Bam averaging 19 points a game this year. That was his 25th trade this season. That's an offensive foul. Davion Mitchell. Now Bam against John Collins. Turns for the jumper. That was a tough shot. Rebound comes his 15th NBA season. Got a 28-minute restriction on him after missing 10 games with a sprained ankle. Inside, it's done. Outside, that's Collins. In and out for the second time, Wiggins. On the move against Harden. Gets it back and puts it in.
Oh, he's so athletic, so bouncy. Going up and getting it.
To start the game. Here's Collins posting up the smaller Davion Mitchell, and that was too easy. In this match advantage, you get right to work on. Powell back to Bam from the wing. Oh, using glass perfectly.
So fundamental and just well executed. Him in the two-man game on the left side with the bounce pass.
Here comes Leonard, the one-handed runner. Miss, that was excellent defense. Bam with a rebound, off to the races on Zubac. And he finishes. I'm not sure how he did it, but he did it.
He got on. He plays every game for the Clippers. He is a threat out there.
This is Chris Dunn, lobbing it for Zubac. Blocked by Bam. Now the captain setting the table for his teammates tonight has 7 of his team's first 9 points and a size mismatch. You get help defense. Leonard loops it in, Chris Dunn. Dunn, an NBA veteran, now in his 10th season. Off the spin, Bam with a goaltend. So Dunn gets the explosiveness. Speaking of quick, Norman Powell missed it on the move. Powell playing against his former club, spent the last few seasons as a Clipper. Collins was fouled by Davion Mitchell. The Heat again caught in a size mismatch. His explosiveness. Speaking of quick, Norman Powell missed it on the move. Powell playing against his former club, spent the last few seasons as a Clipper. Collins was fouled by Davion Mitchell.
Worked so hard on that side of the game.
Dunn flipping it up on Hero, drawing another Heat foul. And this one will go against Tyler, his first, the team's second. So the Clippers 13th, the Lakers, by 5 to Memphis, and then by 4 to Dallas. So you lose at home to both Memphis.
In the league, they're down to 25. They're also playing so slow and deliberate. They'll take 9 or 10 shots less than Miami this season because of the way they play.
You see Wiggins climb the ladder, one rung at it. That's Harden. That's a missed 3. Comes down to an elevator. He's playing with some first quarter energy. They are the highest scoring first quarter team in the association. Kaboom! Andrew Wiggins. Well, he and Bam. Well, Heat forcing an early turnover. Miami ahead 14-6. Davion driving on Zubac. And here's Norman Powell. Last 4 years, he was a Clipper and was rejected. Here's Chris Dunn. Kawhi guarded by Wiggins. That's a matchup you buy a ticket to. Leonard misses the 3. Rebounded John Collins off the deflection. And he puts it in. Second score. Here's Leonard again against Wiggins. ISO'd at mid-range. Powell comes over, taking it away from Leonard here in the first quarter. Remember, Davion Mitchell had 3 steals in the fourth quarter against Cade Cunningham and Detroit. Oh, just 2. Here's James Harden. Harden averaging almost 28 points a game this year. Leonard ISO'd with Wiggins. Misses the mid-range jump, first 3.
So much better defensively right now as Norman Powell steps on the sideline, but Miami much better on the ball, better pressure, contain. Much better start here defensively for Miami.
John, these two teams, night and day different style-wise. The Clippers content to take the shot clock down, play a half.
Yeah, they really are deliberate. Like 28th in pace out of 30 teams, and they really run a lot of pick and roll with Harden.
Kabam! Part 2. That's his second triple. He has 10 points here in the first quarter on 4 of 6 shooting and came up with another play, but a Heat foul.
Yeah, going to be on Powell there on the floor, but
a touchdown 3. John Collins missing.
Appreciate you bringing that up because I thought it was a huge loss for the team not to have him leading the second unit drives, getting into the paint consistently, and the Heat missed that.
Davion dials long distance. First score of the game puts the Heat in front by 9. The Heat have hit their first 4 threes. Harden deflected by Jaquez. 10 on the shot clock. Zubac against Jaime, turns for the hook. Missed it. Rebound in traffic to Bam. Almost taken away by Leonard. And who's going to wind up with that? Wiggins dives up. And we get an 8-second violation on Miami, failing to move it away through this first quarter. A 9-point Heat lead. Sharp start on both ends for Miami tonight. In the Zubac, good fake on Wiggins for the jump hook. Ivica Zubac, the 7-footer, 10th year in the league, averaging 16 points and 11.5 rebounds a night. 7-point Heat lead. Here's Norman Powell. Makes a tough runner over the top of the 7-footer.
He loves playing against it. We saw him in LA. You know he's got a little bit of revenge on his mind when he gets to go against his former team here.
Kawhi Leonard, bullets one for Dunn. A 3 is good. Chris Dunn, active first. Jaquez loses the ball, but Harden lets it trickle off his hands out of bounds. Well, the Heat will keep it with 17 seconds. Missing Bradley Beal for the rest of the season. Damon Jones. So is Bojan Bogdanovic. 6-point Heat lead. In comes John Collins. Bam defending. Powell with the help out block. Stormin Norman finds Wiggins. He does not finish. And the rebound taken down by James Harden. Here's Sanders. Mitchell riding him hard. Look at him attack defensively. That's a pit bull. Zubac, look out below for him.
He's just such a consistent player for them. 16 field. I don't know where the Clippers would be without Zubac.
Oh, Powell lost it. John Collins with the deflection. That's the 4th Heat turnover of the quarter. Here's the rookie Sanders, blocked out of bounds by Wiggins. Well, the Heat defense has it dialed in, John. Already 3 blocks and 2 steals.
Yeah, scrambling out there.
Replaced them. Ware will try to stay strong against the very physical Zubac. He loves the jump hook, and you can see why. 6 early points for Ivica.
I think for Ware, because Zubac is crafty too. He's got a lot of fakes, knows how to use his body well to draw fouls.
7 straight points for LA. Larson lobs it for a Powell 3. And the rebound, they take an 11-point lead into the second period. Hero, Jaquez, Drew Smith, Della Larson, Khalil Ware. They ended the first quarter. They open the second quarter. Tyler back to Jaquez with a shot clock at 4. Larson. Ooh, 2 to shoot. Hero knew it. Oh, delivered. A triple under shot clock duress. Their first 10 triples.
That's a morale buster right at the end of the shot clock. You think you've played great defense, and Tyler, the all-star, just drops one from the sky.
13 unanswered points for the Heat. The sky hook bounces off. Hero gets a nice screen from Jaime. Return to screener, and it doesn't head up perfectly. Jordan Miller, the former Hurricane. We get a late whistle from the crew chief, Mark Davis, with bodies laying all over the joint from Hyundai. The 7 blocks. What was it in the first quarter? It was six blocks for the Heat, so that was the 3rd best shot blocking quarter in Heat history. The Heat had 2 7-block shot quarters, a second quarter against Washington in 2024, a 4th quarter against Brooklyn. And that was in 2025. My bad. Truck, you were right on. Here's Drew Smith on a pull-up and knockdown. 5 points for Smith. It's a 15-2 Miami run. Chris Paul into the game. There's Miller with an air ball. Zubac with a rebound. Originally, the Heat were charted for 7 blocks in that quarter. They took one away. Zubac, the cutting Miller, and he gets fouled by Tyler Hero. It's a second a stint as a George Mason Patriot. He was a terrific player on Jim Laranaga's 20. An excellent perimeter shooter, as fans of Coral Gables already know. Yep, he's 4 of 4 at the line tonight. Here's Jaquez. Bounces off down to Zubac. 12-point Heat lead. Chris Paul is in the game for the Clips. Oh, that's a nice looking finish for Miller.
Able to get to that left-hand finish. Has some great length as he's attacking the basket at 6'5" there to finish.
Jaime for 3. Bounces off, and the rebound. Here's the 40-year-old point guard, Chris Paul, setting up Leonard. And a late whistle and a blocking foul on Jaquez.
In the entire association, in free throw percentage, he is shooting 98% right now from the free throw line.
15th free throw of the half. Oh, close shot, close. 15 free throw attempts for the Clippers for the Heat. Unusual. Larson drives past Miller and draws that foul. That's the first foul. Well, Larson playing in his 6th game off the bench. John, doesn't really matter for him. Dunn comes in for the Clippers, and Miller sits down. Those were the first 2 free throws taken by the Heat. 9:24 left here in the second quarter. Look at Drew Smith defend Chris Paul the length of the court. Kawhi Leonard drives by Wiggins and finishes that time over Ware. First field goal made on his
for high there. Had to alter that shot. Was above the box because of Kel'el Ware running him down.
Well, Leonard with the steal, took it away, sets up Chris Paul, who goes back to the veteran Nick Batum. Paul finds Batum for the 3. Nice looping this season. Batum in his 18th NBA season, originally from France. Ahead by only 5. They were up by 13. Kel'el on a jump hook. And Zubac comes very quiet, 0 for 2 with 4 rebounds since coming in. That's Paul. That's short, and here's have 4 defenders back. Oh. And Wiggins threw it away. Leonard with the steal, but the Heat bailed out with a left in the first half. Each 13-point lead down to 5. That's Drew Smith. And Zubac, both hands. Leonard draws a quick double from Fontecchio and Smith, and a 3-point chance for Kawhi Leonard. John, he's never hurried, never rushed very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how some guys shooting the ball when they have people closing out to them or in their, and he's one of those guys, which is amazing.
He's got 7 points. He just comes up with a steal. Leonard driving in on Mitchell and finishes. Oh, what a quarter for 4.5 minutes of the second quarter.
And really tying the game, too. I think he's really helped shift the momentum back to the Clippers.
Bam is back in, so is Davion Mitchell, and Kawhi let 2 run for the Clippers. They were down by 13. Bam knocked it free. He goes out of bounds. We're going to get a Heat foul. 3 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 from the stripe, and a couple of steals. He can still. Miami was up 40 to 26. And Leonard makes them both. So Kawhi with an 11-point quarter. Mitchell pitching out for Wiggins. Yes! Andrew Wiggins knocking in a triple. He's 2 of 2 from downtown. Well, they gave him 2 on that, not 3. Here's Miller. Lobbing in for Kawhi. Spinning. Short. Zubac dunks in. The leftovers. 2-point lead for the Clippers. Powell, quick 3. Kaboom.
There you go. Early in the clock, he's been so effective, deliberate. They almost lull you to sleep. And they've been able to get back in the much closer game with his ability to make those mid-range shots and get to the rim.
2 minutes into this second quarter, the Heat had a 14-point lead. The Clippers erased it with an 18-2 run. The go-ahead front by 2. Now they're behind by 1. Harden short on the 3. Dunn hustles to the rebound. Chris Paul, short, and puts on the gas. Zubac commits the foul. John, you've got a green light when he's pause for this message from FPO. Have gone to the line 18 times in the first half. That's the most by a Heat opponent in the first half this season. Fontecchio's in. Did not play in the Detroit game, his first DNP of the season. Harden on the move. Mitchell taking it away. Here comes Fontecchio against Chris Dunn. Powell for three. Bam kept it alive. Wiggins keeps it alive until Bam can retrieve it. That's the kind of hustle you need. Davion. Kaboom.
Wide open out there. Heat making the hustle play beyond the arc.
There's two factors that should have the Heat in a better position than they're in right now. Three-point shooting is one of them for Miami. Defensive field goal percentage is the other. Done. Blocked by Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins with his second block. The Heat's 7th of the half. Simone. Foul shooting a three by Chris Paul. Three. And they're holding the Clippers to 37% shooting. You'd think you'd be up much as 20th game of the year. Had 11 points when these clubs met in LA all year for one of the great point guards to ever play. Fontecchio. He gets 2 of the 3 to drop. Answered points for the Heat. Actually 10 unanswered points for the Heat right now. Harden. Back to Dunn. Lobs into Zubac. That sweeping hook. Bam again driving on Zubac. Makes the dotted line jump shot. He's always ready to sign on the dotted line.
Nice soft release there. Gets the bounce to go.
Well, it's 12 unanswered for the Heat right now. Leonard for three. Popped out and Bam can. Davion will tee it up. Oh, on the driving range. He's just knocking them. Season high, and they did it in just 2 quarters. We open up the third. Miami ball with Mitchell, Wiggins, Bam, Hero, and Powell. Kaboom! Bam Adebayo starts the second half just like he's 23. Kawhi Leonard. Here's Leonard from the elbow. Missed it. Rebound to Bam. Norman Powell over Zubac. Missed that three. And Leonard hits ahead for Harden. He'd get back quickly. Into Zubac. Norman with Harden, Dunn, Zubac, Collins, and Leonard. Chris Dunn posting Tyler Hero. Missing. 10 other double-double, his 8th of the season. 11 of the last 12 games against the Clippers, he has registered a double-double. Davion steps back. Kaboom.
Oh my, that is such a great setup by Davion.
Get it back. Davion whips it for a Powell three. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful basketball by the Heat.
They have to try to play a little bit faster.
Ty Lue has gone deep to his bench right now. This is Sanders with 4 on the shot clock. Max Christie entering the ball. And the shot clock expires as Kobe Brown was trying to make a move. You can see planted on that Clippers bench right now. Oh, well, what else can you do? Bam for three. Yes.
The teams that fun to watch, but you can see when a team like Miami and others, when they get it going like this, it's so hard to reverse it. That's why you can't put yourself in these deep holes and expend energy. Right now.
And with that last score. By the way, Bam has tied his career high with 4 triples. Tyler Hero. That's interesting, John. The Heat are having an explosive offensive night. Modest 10-point total so far. 90-58 Miami with most of the second half in front of us. Bam Adebayo, 20s. Heat shooting 60% from the field. That three misses. Rebound comes down to Cope. Odd spot for the 40-year-old veteran Chris Paul to be in. Brown on the move. And a score for the Clippers. Here's Wiggins. 8:43 left in the third. Powell contested three. And the rebound knocked out of bounds. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hero maneuvers on Christie. Kobe Sanders. Mitchell on his hip pocket. Sanders was pushing off, but they're going to. Paul on a lob. Niederhauser on the slam. 90-62 Mon. Wiggins to the paint. Another score for the versatile Andrew Wiggins. He has 15.
and hard right-hand drive, able to get to that little 6-footer.
30-point lead. Christie goes sprawling and then throws the ball out of bounds.
Just looking disorganized.
30-point Heat lead, just under 8 left in the third quarter. This is Bam. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Chris Paul. Bam dislodging it and taking it away. Did you see that? From Midtown Miami. 95-62 Heat. Their 19th triple of the game.
Perfect 3 for 3 beyond the arc for Tyler Hero.
Heat by 33. Niederhauser with 3 on the shot clock. Makes it. Sanders on that jump shot. 31-point Heat lead. Hero gets fouled on the way up. 16 attempts. To play in the third quarter. This is the start of a 5-game road trip for the Clippers, a team that's already 2-8 on the road. Rebound battle won by Babion to Hero. Mitchell with a rebound. Wiggins. And a rebound. Chris Paul. Turning it over. 0 turnovers. Heat by 34. Biggest lead of this one-sided game. Christie with 3 on the shot clock. Rejected by Wiggins. Blocked tonight for the Heat. Bam. Runway. Dunk. Blowout in full effect. Struggled all season in the third quarter. No exception tonight as Chris Paul drives in for his first score of this game. Wiggins driving. Throws it to Jaquez. Bam. 19-footer. It's good. Bottoms up for Adebayo. A 10-point quarter. Adebayo 24 points and 13 rebounds tonight. Heat lead by 36. Paul missed the flip. Bam into the game. That's his season high, by the way. Max Christie with the steal. Davion Mitchell's first turnover. CP3 connects on a triple. He's got 5 assists and steals, and he trails the same man in both of those historical categories. John's former teammate in Utah, the peerless passer, John Stockton. How about a fearless 3-point shooter, John Bam Adebayo.
Right now, Miami shooting 62% beyond the arc, just pouring it on the Clippers.
The Heat have already tied their season high with a 20 made threes. Bam knocked it away from Niederhauser. Wiggins had it deflected. Kobe Brown with a takeaway. Sanders. It's Kobe Sanders getting his first score of the game. Miami. Just over 4 minutes left, third quarter. Powell hits the bank shot. Norman Powell with 18. 36-point lead, biggest lead of the night. Chris Paul will shoot the triple and make it. Well, Chris Paul playing like I've been all about over 21 NBA seasons. It's been an unbelievable career for him. 4th pick in the 05 draft. Powell triples. Miami with a season high.
Amazing, and a great pass across to find Norman Powell by Jaime Jaquez Jr. 4th assist for him. Nice vision across court making that play.
Powell and Bam both with 5 threes. Rebound bounces right back to the Clippers. Last 4 years, he's on the right side tonight. Wiggins finishes.
Oh, the footwork by Wiggins. In transition again, the Heat continuing just relentless attacks to that painted area. And the Clippers cannot set their defense in any way, shape, or form.
At Nevada. 112-76. 2:36 left in the third. Hero almost lost his dribble. Tyler driving on Kawhi Leonard. Ware kept it alive. Fontecchio misses the throw. Kawhi Leonard double team. Brown. And Hero quarter with Drew Smith, Khalil Ware, Simone Fontecchio, Jaime Jaquez, and Tyler Hero. Khalil. Sanders to the paint. Makes a tough one. It's Kobe Sanders.
Because the Clippers seem to be playing a lot more loose and moving the ball around, too.
Collins hits on the jump hook. By the way, some heat happened in the first half. He was listed as questionable to return. Oh, he will not return, by the way. Will not. Here's Hero, driving baseline. Drew Smith. Ricochets off. Point the Heat had to cool down a little bit. They have been scorching it from downtown. Christie. Rebound to Max Christie. And it's tipped in by John Collins. So 9 points for Collins. No matter how big a lead is, you don't want to let up or get a little sloppy. Hero got fouled before the shot by Christie.
I agree. I mean, you just have to continue to play through, despite the score here is big.
Wide open three for Tyler. And right now the threes don't want to drop for the Heat. Kawhi Leonard, the score and the foul by Hero. 19 for Leonard. Career game. He's in his 6th season with the Clippers. His 15th year in the league. 16 left here in the 4th. Fontecchio. Got it. 7 points tonight for Simone.
Good front by Fontecchio. Get John Collins out of the paint.
Double on Kawhi. Collins missing the three. Zubac ramming in the hook and a foul.
And he's talented inside. Right or
and you got to play right to the end in the league these days. Hero for three. It's good. First triple of the 4th quarter for Miami. 2 away from
having kick action. Jaime Jaquez Jr. driving and finding Tyler straight away from out front.
Heat by 27. 13 left. Yeah, they're doubling Kawhi every time he touches it. But Batum, well, he dribbled himself a veteran move, John. And just one dribble, sidestep, wide open.
One of his shots this season have been outside the three-point line.
Batum in his 2nd tour with the Clippers as Drew Smith comes into the paint and scores. 7 points for Smith. Done. Zubac. Brought it low. Jaquez.
Hard to guard out there on the perimeter, getting a blow-by type move there.
Got 21. Backdoor cut for Hero's jumper. Zubac with a rebound. Collins got fouled. A word from Hyundai. Big car, man.
I charge my phone.
Game in the NBA. You gotta play from start to finish. You gotta regain some of their momentum and swagger that they've had for most of this game. Wiggins has it bounce off it. Rebound back. Dunn goes coast to coast. Well, just think back.
Going one-on-one too much here as opposed to ball shifting and movement. It's really a dramatic change from how the ball was flowing. Oh, no.
Leonard got the score and the foul. No, Kawhi Leonard. Well, Clippers have outscored Miami. Near turnover.
And spacing.
Feels like a whole different game right now as Powell banks it in. 23 for Norman. That was an important. 123-106. Feeling a little tight around the collar right now as Powell drives in. John, that's 2 big scores in a row for Norman.
Wisdom going inside with the right hand and using the backboard, and it's going to be a.
And Mitchell. Kawhi Leonard. He's got 27 points. Most of it in the 2nd half. Man is feeling it. Bam could not hold on to the rebound. Dunn finally grabs it. Leonard, great fake and finish.
Oh my goodness.
29 for Kawhi. Serious.
He used one hand with that ball fake. He's got such large hands, able to palm the ball and really fake the defense out.
Powell double and in some trouble. Finds Bam in a crowd. Powell with the rebound. Sends it out. Fontecchio. That would have helped. Kobe Sanders buries it to Dunn. Inside Zubac, and he coughed.
Here, backcourt violation as Bam able to quickly catch that one and get to the backcourt.
Ernie with a 17-point lead, 4:10 left, which is a lot of time. Powell, a laser beam. Norman Zubac, easy one. A left-handed jam for Zubac. 3:40 to go. Through the hands of Bam. Zubac for the cutting Leonard. He puts it in. And a timeout for Miami. 33 quarters. They were 3 away from tying the franchise record for threes in a game. They've made a
Free throw percentage at 98%. That's ridiculous.
It's a 13-point game with 2:50 left. Wiggins driving on Leonard. Got in. And made it.
Huge.
Big shot for Wiggins.
Huge bucket for Miami. They needed that.
19 points for Wiggins. 2:33 remaining in the game. Wiggins harass Zubac. Bam and Wiggins on Leonard. Zubac against Mitchell, wheeling and dealing. Ivica Zubac beat by 13. Davion against Batum, step back jumper, right there. Davion Mitchell. How about his 9 points, 11 assists, his 3rd double-double this season. Kawhi got fouled and scores. What a 4th quarter in game for him. He's got 36, 35 points in 30 minutes. They get 36. Hero gets fouled, got the score. Scored against the Los Angeles Clippers, a team that gave Miami both their first loss in franchise history and first win in franchise history. Wiggins with a block. Wiggins 28 left. Powell for the 3. Yes.
Oh, he's so good at those threes when hitting them on the move right in the shooter's pocket.
30 points for Powell, 6 out of 10 from 3. And look at Wiggins, final minute. Wiggins from downtown. Yes! The Heat have tied a franchise record. But
just an amazing scoring game again by Miami. Barrage, 24 made threes. Just incredible. How do you combat that?
You don't. Jovic. Oh, one more 3 would set a totally different feeling for the Clippers. They're going to lose their 5th straight. They're 9th in their last 10. They will have lost 14 of their last start of a 5-game road trip for an LA team right now that looks lost. For Miami, different story. They'll go to 10-2 at home. 14-7 on the season. Yakachonis. Oh, he missed it. Sweep the season series from the Clippers. And that does it. A long night for the Clippers ends here in Miami. The Heat win it by 17. 140 to 123.